Hello and a very warm welcome to the Grassroots Weekender Show. But first of all, happy Easter Sunday. Hope everyone out there is going to have a lovely, lovely time. And look at the day, great weather for melting Easter eggs. And look what I've got. Easter eggs. Now what it was last night, the young choir that we had, I just sort of presented them with a happy Easter egg at the end of it, and they were all made up. They couldn't thank me enough, and it was a nice little gesture for the kids who were turning up and singing their little heads off for us to try and make this charity record, Lean On Me, for awareness for mental health in grassroots football. So one step ahead to mental health, and you can help us, support us. Please go on GoFundMe and look for that title, One Step Ahead to Mental Health. And any spare pennies that you can, we're trying to raise the funds to help us pay for all the production team, the musicians, the singer, the recording studio, and buy the kids some t-shirts or tracksuits or hoodies even to go to make them look really, really attractive and make them boost them up. But it's lovely to see a smile on the faces of the kids. They're doing something special, and I finished off last night, and they were all stood there, and I said, listen kids, we're finishing now. When they got their Easter eggs, that is. And I just said to them, okay, I'm in trouble. What am I going to do? Who's going to support me? What do we do? And they first, straight away, it was them. Call me. And I went, pardon? Call me. And then I got them singing, call me. Brilliant. They were absolutely brilliant. And that's the message that we're trying to get across to many kids out there who are suffering, well, silent suffering, shall we say, and they're not talking to anyone. So we're trying to make them aware that there is people out there, there is help out there, and if you need it, call me, and that's what it's all about. But we'll give you more details on that one. But in the meantime, as I say, you're lovely, lovely people. If you can help us, go on the GoFundMe, One Step Ahead to Mental Health, and our Heart of Gold initiatives, you'll see that. That's what it's all about. And we're trying to raise awareness and raise funds to help us make this happen. And that's what we need to do, all work together. So please, please, we're trying to raise £3,000. If you can help us out, that'd be absolutely fantastic. And if there's any background music, sounds, obviously we're getting our studio done very, very soon. It's going to stay the same, but we're going to add a little bit more soundproofing, maybe to the sides of the windows, find out what we can do to make that a little bit extra special for you. And hopefully we're going to have a little bit of good camera equipment and new monitors, things like this, you know, where we can have more room in here basically to make it extra special and get more guests in around the table. That's what we want. And get more managers in, more coaches in, more kids in for our young commentators on Friday evening, and sort of give them a voice. And the choir are very interested as well. And we do have a meeting with the school just after Easter, and I'm sure we're going to get a lot more singers coming in and little podcasters as well. So watch this space. We're really, really all ready to go. And obviously we're all here. We're in a CIC, that's a community interest company, and that's the next best thing to a charity. But it also means that we're volunteers, and everything that we do get goes right back in to helping the kids out, helping anything that we do, we don't cross the line. The work that we do, anything that we have to spend basically, and that's a lot when we're doing posters and things like that to go around the leagues. We don't purchase the t-shirts, and we try and go cap in hand as well. Not just lottery grants, we try and go cap in hand and raise as much funding as we possibly can, honestly. And it's all spoken for. The lottery grant that we did get goes in to everything, because anyone who knows, if you do get a lottery grant, it has to go on the project that you stated. So everything, the equipment that we're going to be ordering, everything has to go into that. So we need more updating camera equipment, we need a new iMac, Apple Mac there, and obviously there's mixes that you need to do in podcasting, because we want to make that more professional for the people like yourselves, the community who can come in there, and hopefully we'll do it in such a way that you can hire the room here as well to make a difference. That's what we want, where people can come in and do their own little podcasting ideas and podcasting show. And who's to say that we won't have a school in here, because they're very, very interested, and kids just need to learn. And that's what we're all out to do, all learn and make it extra special for the kids. So we want to give more kids a voice, and that's what Don't Cross the Line is all about. We've been bringing the community, football communities, yes, together since 2003. But as I say, we work with everyone, and we've got a kids choir, Heart of Gold, children's choir, mixing in with adults, and honestly it's going to be great, and we just need your support to help us along the way. And we need one or two more singers, so if you're interested and your age is between 8 and 16, then please get in touch with myself, Mal at don'txtheline.com, and we need a couple of males if we can, because we need that mix of the choir. It's going to be a football surrounding, it's going to be the message to all these football teams that someone out there won't talk to the managers, won't talk to the mums and dads, and believe me, I've got first-hand experience with that, and I am a support worker, so we understand what it's all about. So there you go. I'll just give you an idea on that one, what we're starting and what we're doing, you know, over the Easter period, which is gone now, and we're really raring to go. Get the musicians, get the camera crew going together, and yeah, watch this space, because it's going to be sooner rather than later. Okay, there you go on that side of things. Now, obviously I went down, as I say, yesterday to the North Liverpool JFL. Lucky I didn't go to the Kirby League. I was a little bit very close to going, because they're all off for the Easter break, as they say. So we need more support, don't we? When I'm saying not more support, we need more football over the Easter period. And I know there's tournaments going on tomorrow. So if you're out and about, you are out and about at a tournament, please, loads of respect, appreciate your referee, and appreciate the work that goes on behind the scenes to put these tournaments on. And you know, we know many tournaments, kids are out there to win it. Not just the kids, it's the managers and the coaches. And we know that out there, there's some managers and coaches with big egos, and what they do in tournaments, even though they're affiliated and even though they're sanctioned, teams will still bring players into their team from other teams, because players are away on holidays, things like that. It doesn't make sense to me. You bring a team into a tournament or a league, you've got to develop those kids, surely. And we all know one or two kids might leave, so you have to bring in other kids. But you develop them, you really, really do. You can't say, yeah, well, we train them once a week, twice a week, we've got a good coach there. You bring your team together from the start, bring them up, and I don't think those players will want to leave you. I really, really don't. And that's my honest opinion, because I've been there, done it, wore the t-shirt, and proved to the whole wide world that you can develop kids and make them into little world beaters. Give them the confidence, give them the facilities to play their game in a really, really happy environment. And that's all you need to do. You know, the coach is there to develop the children, and whether you win trophies or whether you don't, as long as those kids are enjoying themselves and really are developing their skills, that is part and parcel of grassroots football, and it just makes a difference. And then you see those kids develop, and I still see kids today who are not, I used to have them playing, who are now dads, and they're just amazing, because they're still in football and they've got their kids playing, and they always pass on the message that I was showing them about respect, don't cross the line. They carry that, and I still get called gaffer. There you go, because I used to be a manager years ago, and I went back into it, and then I decided to step back down, because I honestly saw the way grassroots football is going, and it is big egos, it is all about winning. Yeah, we know there's teams out there, kids and coaches out there who just want to develop the team, but are they allowed to? Because now I know what's going to happen. I can see what's happening, because the authorities And now you can't start a kids team basically because individual teams will not be recognised. You've got to be part of a bigger club, and it doesn't make sense to me. It really, really doesn't, because it's defeating the object of taking kids off the streets and developing them. As a manager who wants to do that and bring the team through, you can't do that now. You've got to go to a club under their rules, under how much they pay, what they charge. You can't dictate. You can't go in there and undercut everyone. You have to go into a club and pay what they say. And then if you want to be a manager, you have to go to the county FAs. You can't develop it yourselves and bring kids through. If you understand where I'm coming from, I can see what they're doing. Just no individual clubs or teams will be allowed. They have to be under the banner of a big club. It's as simple as that. So there you go. Will these big clubs accept them? You know, coach them, find a manager for them? Because a lot of mums and dads out there still get in touch with me and say, how do you go about finding your son or daughter a team? And that was the incentive years ago. It used to be, you go and get a load of kids together, start progressing them, start training them, start teaching them, and bring in a good attitude, like our code of conduct, like our ref pack. That's what we're doing. It's hard now to you can't basically start a team unless you join the club. Simple as that. And if you want to go and do your level 1 coaching badge, go to the county FA and go to that club, and then they will find you a team. They will find you a team. Thoughts please, mal@don'txtheline.com, and meet your friends on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, all the social network sites. And we've got a lot of changes coming in next season with the new, shall we say, 3v3 and all this. And as I say, I'm so glad I stepped down and I do what I do, and that is don't cross the line and sort of installing, shall we say, good behaviour from the sidelines. And there's plenty of room for that, I assure you. So organisations like ours won't be affected because we do the work that really needs pushing and portraying within grassroots football, and that is the likes of our respect, the awareness, attitudes, and talking to irate parents and spectators and making sure that they leave their children to play and leave alone the referees to officiate, who incidentally are the majority of are only kids, 14 years of age to start refereeing. So that speaks volumes in itself, doesn't it? The experienced referees, how many of these kids will actually stay refereeing, officiating? Because I know many, honestly, you'd always expect them to go on and do bigger things in refereeing, officiating, but when they get to a certain age, it's night times out, it's going out with the friends, it's going on holidays, it's uni, it's finding different jobs, and they're living their life basically. We know living your life around refereeing, that's not for many. So we need to keep these kids, give them an incentive to continue officiating. And if you're saying the incentive is just money, that doesn't work, because you need something for them to go forward to, if you know what I mean. It's like a footballer. The kids will develop, they'll go on there like a team, they want them, they're improving, they're getting better. I'm not saying they're winning things, because that defeats the object of what I was talking about earlier. But what can we do to keep these referees in the long run? Because we do know that the PGMOL will be screaming out for these referees and officials, fourth officials, things like this. And they're trying their very best to make it interesting. So what ideas could you give? What would you think would keep a child wanting to referee right the way through and forgetting they can still do it in uni. Would you have maybe in uni a continued referee? You know, because universities have got football teams. So could they go from there into officiating within the universities? Could you bring something like that in? Football teams where they have the in-house referee, the referee who's come from the level 7 down to the levels, you know, to, I don't know why I was going up there, it should have been down, because the higher or the lower on a referee makes them, the better they are basically. Whereas you can go on coaching level 1, 2, 3, goes up, things like that, you know, into UEFA A, UEFA B, UEFA A, things like that. So, what could we do? I'd love to hear from yourselves what we could do in Grassroots to make it more effective for a referee, give them incentives to go forward. Because we know now, and I'm talking to referees actually, who are saying, do you know what, at the moment there's not enough games to go around. So it makes you think, doesn't it? Because we're bringing in referees after referee after referee, and now do we have too many referees? I don't know. I don't know, because there's not enough games for these referees to officiate it. So, makes you wonder. Anyway, whenever you're out and about, and we know there's tournaments coming on this week because everyone's off, this is what you want, the green card, the award card. You saw it first here with Don't Cross the Line many years ago, and we've continued it. Now you're seeing in other countries where they're bringing in green cards. So always remember, note down, there we go. It was started at Don't Cross the Line in the UK many years ago. It's not just coming out now, but it's the big boys. We know if you've got the big weight behind you, if you've got a professional footballer, if I had a professional footballer once a week with me here, promoting, well known, promoting the work that I do, it'd go through the roof because they're in the public eye. But when you start off as a non-professional, you've got to really push yourself for getting that support. And look at us with Don't Cross the Line. It's taken us years and years to get the governing bodies on our side, but it's not guaranteed. But if you've got the profile players and the celebrities on board, the TV, it's not going anywhere, and you gain more and more support because you do fight. The likes of county FAs. I had a comment yesterday of someone in Oxfordshire saying, I've never heard of this, how come we haven't heard of it over here in Oxfordshire? Now, I've sent every single CFA the press release, all the details, the posters, what's going on, and if they could promote it amongst their junior leagues, and they sit back and they look at it and they don't get involved because you're a community group. So if you had that celebrity profile, it'd make a difference because they know the media would be on top of them if they didn't get involved. So your thoughts on that as well, please, because we are now coming to our last minute into the show, and I've really enjoyed your company this week, and thank you so much again for getting involved with Don't Cross the Line and everything that we're about, because without you we couldn't make that difference. Honestly, our supporters are absolutely fantastic. We're over the moon with you, and we can only get bigger and better. And that's what's going to happen with our Respect Awareness campaign next season. Bigger and better, and I'm already onto it today for next year, would you believe? So I want to try and cut all that work out. It never will happen because I've always got other things going on. But as I say, you can support us in a big way, and make things happen with us. Make us grow bigger, make us bigger and better, make it Don't Cross the Line headlines, give us that celebrity status, so every CFA would have to get on board with us. That's all we need, you behind us, making a difference, pushing us, and then the CFAs would have no choice, and also professional clubs as well. So that is our goal for next year. We're really going to make a difference, put the pressure on the county FAs, and through the FA, hopefully, we can do just that. So in the meantime, enjoy your Easter eggs. That's not for me, honestly, because I've got one over that one of the choir members didn't turn up because they were away. So I'll keep it for that choir member anyway. So in the meantime, enjoy the rest of the day, enjoy your football. Liverpool, please come on. I can't see Arsenal losing against Ipswich, but you never know, do you? You never, ever know. Thanks for tuning in once again. For myself, Matt Lee, and all the team here, the Grassroots Show, Don't Cross the Line, Respect Programme, Heart of Goals initiatives, No Ref, No Game. Have a great week. Enjoy your work. You're all back. And all the kids are back in school again. So it's onwards and upwards for DXTL. Have a cheerio for now. And we'll see you on Friday. Hopefully with our young commentators. Bye for now.